The Democratic Party is not the party of Kennedy, Roosevelt anymore. Now it's the party of free housing, big government, climate emergencies, and social spending projects that continue to increase the deficit as we speak. It's now over $30 trillion.
Okay, so not even 10 seconds into Kilmeade's dialogue, this is easily one of the dumbest takes I've ever seen, hands down. So he says that the Democratic Party is no longer the party of JFK and FDR, which is definitely true, especially when it comes to FDR. However, his reasoning is ridiculous because he says now they're the party of climate change and social programs and free housing. But, you know, public housing has been around for decades. Social programs have been around for decades. In fact, the Environmental Protection Agency was started under the Nixon administration. So at one point, the Republican Party believed in protecting the environment, but at this point, they no longer do. So, you know, Kilmeade could easily say that about the Republican Party. You know, at one point, the Republican Party actually made a little bit of sense, but now, you know, the hell with the environment, the hell with the education system, the hell with everything.
Things have certainly changed since the 1990s, remember?
It doesn't matter whether or not they're the victims of society. The end result is they're about to knock my mother on the head with a lead pipe, shoot my sister, beat up my wife, take on my sons. So I don't want to ask, what made them do this? They must be taken off the street.
And then, of course, they played the clip of Joe Biden, you know, on the floor saying that basically young minorities, who cares what they went through? Who cares about what they go through when we put them in the cage? Just throw them in there. You know, but that was when the Democratic Party was acceptable to Brian Kilmeade. That was when it made sense. To change now to, you know, approach crime as a poverty issue and as something that we can change in terms of society as a whole. No. We got to get right back to throwing them in jail because now, but no, you see, this is how out of touch they are because the general public doesn't want to keep throwing people in jail because we know that our incarceration system is incredibly wasteful, not only in dollars, but most importantly, in the lives of human beings. Oftentimes innocent people, oftentimes people who are just victims of getting caught up with things like marijuana or getting caught up with stealing food because they didn't have enough money to buy any and they had to feed their family. Things like that that are approached like, you know, just criminal issues when in fact it's economic issues. So, you know, of course, that's just, again, like I said, this whole take is just probably easily the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Now, the party that you see now is the Democratic Socialist Party, the Democratic Marxist Party. This is not really what I think is a good American party. And yes, it was a similar story. I wouldn't vote for impeachment. I was the one Democrat that wouldn't vote for it. And under tremendous pressure, I had a lot of important people speak to me. And I remember the fatal words when they said to me, literally, "You will obey." They said that to me. Well, they don't know folks from Jersey and they don't know me.
And look, anytime I see that giant man baby Jeff Van Drew's face on the screen, I don't need to hear a word. I don't need to hear a single sentence uttered from him because I know it's going to be fraudulent. It's going to be ridiculous. And it's like, dude, you a lame. You are a grown man. And it's hilarious how he always plays like, oh, I had no idea what I was getting into. You know, I ran a whole campaign. I just didn't know. And then you saw an opportunity to lick Trump's boots and you took it. You know, it's really not any deeper than that. Who cares what this guy thinks? You know, you can listen to anything he has to say, but obviously he's one of the most ridiculous people. And that's why he shifted to the Republican Party, because that is the land of opportunity and freedom to be as ridiculous as one can possibly be, make a good profit off of it while they're at it, and maintain a pretty steady flow and a steady base, because a large portion of this country is completely and utterly insane.